Do you want to recall everything you read 1 month later and actually use it? Do you want to turn what you've learned into knowledge that drives real action? The answer is simple. Don't just read. Create. That said, reading first for comprehension is essential. Here's the guideline. Read a short section, then close the book. Reproduce it in your own words. This act of closing and reproducing fundamentally transforms how memory is retained. Why does it work? This slide explains everything. When you read a book, your brain is in a receiving state, but that alone makes long-term memory formation difficult. Information that is actively processed recruits the memory network at a deeper level. This is the generation effect. Instead of reading the answer, the act of generating the answer yourself is the phenomenon that fundamentally transforms memory retention. Since the 1978 study published by psychologists Slamecka and Graf, this phenomenon has been confirmed repeatedly. And this is achievable. Starting today, rewrite what you've read in your own words in a notebook. Think of one example yourself and write it down. This will fundamentally transform your learning efficiency. Today, I'll show you the scientific evidence behind it. Why does creating change memory? Let's look at how the brain works. The human brain does not process all information the same way. According to the levels of processing theory proposed by psychologists Craik and Lockhart in 1972, how deeply information is processed affects memory retention. Surface-level processing, for example, looking only at the shape or sound of a word, is the shallowest form of processing. On the other hand, understanding meaning, rewriting in your own words, and generating examples represent the deepest level of processing. This deep processing tends to significantly improve memory performance compared to shallow processing. Furthermore, a 2011 meta-analysis showed that learning involving generation and retrieval more strongly recruits memory networks, including the prefrontal cortex and hippocampus. This makes memory consolidation more reliable. When you only receive information, the brain does not process it deeply. Learning without review or retrieval leads to faster forgetting. What matters is not how long you study, but how you process the information. The more you combine spaced repetition and retrieval practice, the greater the improvement in retention. Here's the core of it. The starting point of the generation effect is the 1978 experiment by psychologists Slamecka and Graf. Participants were divided into two groups. Group A reads words. Group B generates words themselves using hints. The result: the group that generated the words on their own showed significantly higher memory performance. This finding has been confirmed repeatedly under various conditions since then. A large-scale meta-analysis by Dunlosky et al. In 2013 also concluded that generation and retrieval practice are among the most robust methods for improving learning efficiency. You're probably thinking this right now. Can something that simple really change my learning? The answer is yes. The magnitude of the effect varies by task and timing. But the tendency that generating improves memory performance has been consistently replicated. This is not about talent or memory capacity. It's a choice of action. Read or create. That choice determines the depth of your knowledge 1 month, 1 year from now. So how do you actually practice generative learning? There are 5 methods. Method 1. Rewrite what you've read in your own words. Close the book or your notes and write out what you just read on a blank sheet of paper. Without using the original phrasing, reconstruct it in your own words. This alone puts the brain into a deep processing state. Method 2. Create your own examples. Don't use the author's examples as they are. Think about how that concept appears in your work or daily life and write your own example. Abstract concepts instantly become actionable knowledge. Method 3. Create questions and answer them. Retrieval practice. Create questions like, why does this work? In what situations can it be used? And write your own answers. What matters is the act of recalling itself. The fact that the act of recalling strengthens memory has very strong evidence as the testing effect demonstrated by Karpicki and Roediger in Science in 2008. And after generating, always check your answers. Don't leave mistakes uncorrected. Going through to the correction step stabilizes learning outcomes. Method 4. Draw diagrams yourself. Especially for content involving relationships or sequences, reconstructing it visually makes it easier to find gaps in understanding. The act of drawing by hand how elements connect to each other verifies the depth of your understanding. Method 5. Prepare to explain to others. Organize key points from the perspective of, how would I explain this to a friend? This becomes even more effective when combined with the Feynman technique. There are 5 methods, but you only need to start with one today. Tomorrow, when you read something, prepare a blank sheet of paper. When you finish reading, close the book and write it out. That alone will start to change your learning. I want to touch on one of the most powerful methods in generative learning. It's learning with the intention to teach. In a 2014 study by Nestochko et al. At Washington University, the group that, quote, learned with the intention of teaching someone afterward showed significantly higher memory performance than the standard learning group. The magnitude of the effect varies by task and conditions, but the tendency that learning with the intention to teach increases organization of key points and self-explanation and improves performance has been repeatedly confirmed. Why? Because when you prepare to explain, your brain automatically starts verifying, do I truly understand this? Try this. If you were to explain what you learned today to a friend with no background knowledge, how would you put it into words? Can you explain it without using technical terms? Can you give a concrete example? Can you explain the whole flow logically? Where you get stuck, that's your gap in understanding. And the moment you discover that gap is the moment the deepest learning occurs. In the modern era, using generative AI as your person to teach is also effective. Explain your understanding to the AI and have it critically check what you said. Don't have the AI generate the answers. You explain and have the AI verify. This approach makes interactive generative learning possible even on your own. Now let's organize the key points. First, creation beats consumption. There is a significant difference in memory retention between learning by only reading and receiving and learning by generating information yourself. This difference arises not from talent or memory capacity, but solely from the choice of method. That said, reading first for comprehension is the prerequisite. Read, then close, and reproduce immediately. This one step is the beginning. Second, generation is 5 concrete actions. Rewriting in your own words, creating your own examples, retrieval practice by creating and answering questions, drawing your own diagrams, and preparing to explain to others. Start with just one today, and always follow through to checking your answers. Not leaving errors uncorrected is the key to stabilizing learning outcomes. Third, the intention to teach generates true understanding. A concept you can't explain to someone else is one you don't truly understand yet. Once a week, write out what you've learned as a note to explain to a friend. Where you get stuck is your gap. Only when you correct that gap does knowledge become something you can use. And now, I want you to ask yourself, this generation effect you learned today, which method will you practice first? What changes starting tomorrow is not the time you spend reading, but what you do after you read. In the comments, share which generative method you'll try first. Your words will raise the quality of practice for this entire community. Thanks for watching all the way to the end today. If you want to scientifically boost your learning efficiency, this channel is for you. Every video delivers a concrete system for transforming knowledge from knowing to being able to use. Not theory, practice. Not intuition, science. This channel is designed to drive your growth. Subscribe and keep this learning going. Turn on notifications so the next practical tool comes straight to you. See you in the next one.